Now to our major story. The ruling APC seems to be divided against itself, especially in the wake of a declaration by Minister of Women Affairs Aisha Al-Hassan, also known as Mama Taraba, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar for presidency in 2019. In a video circulating, well, we will show you that in just a moment, Mama Taraba noted that President Muhammadu Buhari has not informed his appointees that he will run in 2019. This has got Nigerians talking, and that will be our talking point today on the program. Well then, I have joining me from our Abuja studio, Senator Shehu Sani, a member of the APC, I beg your pardon, and a senator in the National Assembly, and a lawyer here in Lagos, Mr. GT Ogunye, to discuss this issue. Let me start with you, Senator Shehu Sani. With all that we are saying, a cabinet member endorsing another person aside the president, the sitting president, in what light does this portray your party?
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, we must recognize and accept the fact that as a citizen, she has the right to express her own political opinion and also express her own choice. What she said was very clearly that her loyalty for 2019 goes to the former Vice President Atiku. Now she has the right to express herself on that. But he also, as a president whom she is working for, has also the right to terminate her appointment. But what is very clear is that the president has still, up to this very time, not made it public where he stands. And the good thing about what she said is that she poured out what is in her heart. But it's very clear to many of the members of our party, they would rather choose to speak in private. But it is also indicative of the fact that the 2019 campaign and intrigue is already on. Yes.
It's quite interesting, isn't it, Senator, especially at a moment where even the party has not come out to say we're endorsing the sitting president, and usually what we see in politics appears to be the tradition is you give the sitting president the opportunity of forced refusal before you make any other entry. With what we have seen so far, do you think President Muhammadu Buhari will run in 2019?
Well, for now, no one can clearly say whether he's going to contest or not, but there are assumptions and conjectures, and people are telling him to contest or to at least make his position very clear. But it is clear that if he takes a position, if he says he is not going to contest, certainly that may be the end of governance in Nigeria, because it is only going to be about 2019. And if he said he is not going to contest, it's all going to be about 2019. And if he says he's going to contest, certainly the political ambition of so many people will certainly come to an end. But I think he is being strategic. For now, he wants to deliver on the pledges and promises made in 2015. And because whatever comes out from his mouth has grievous implications to governance in Nigeria as it is now.
Senator Sani, you are a politician who, I mean, a lot of people know you, that you are always very frank with some of the things that you say. What's your gut feeling telling you about your party's chances in 2019? Who do you think is best for your party in 2019?
Well, I think I too personally would like to keep my own position to myself. We all have to see those who are actually interested before you choose from the pack and say this one is better than that. So in the event that no one is willing to bring his head out and stand and say, I am out for 2019, so what am I going to... I may choose someone and he's not interested. So for now, I think the best thing is when they decided to make public their own position on 2019. That is from then we can say this is the best of the pack. But for now, I think I'm going with the rest in the sense that we are now working towards saying that the pledges made in 2015 has been fulfilled. We should know very well that there are a lot of things that were promised and they have still not been done. So for us to go back to the people, we must have a lot in our pack and say, this is what we have done. I think there's still time for that.
Let me bring in someone who is, he watches from the side and make his comments. He's not a member of your party, Mr. G.T. Ogunye, a regular analyst on Channels Television. Many thanks, as always, for coming on the program tonight. Mr. Ogunye, what is your mind telling you? What we're seeing right now and the internal politicking we're seeing in the APC, for a cabinet member to come out to say, my vote is for that other person other than my boss, what does that say?
I'll answer your question directly, because I'm not going to evade your question. But before that, let me provide the context. I think what is going on, you know, is an affirmation of all what we've known all this while. Politicians in this climate are basically focused on power. And while they focus on power, the people that they claim to serve focus on service. So there's a kind of dichotomy to that extent. People focus on service. What are they going to have? How is their life going to become better? While politicians focus on service. And because they are power mongers, I've used this term here before, thinking about the next election, they're thinking about how they are going to occupy political office. In fact, after an election has finished, they're already thinking ahead about what's going to happen in the next election that is coming. They're perpetually in the mode of how they are going to get power. And so if you look at what we have, particularly this statement, it's not different from what we've always known. How did the APC emerge? The APC emerged from many political forces and interests, ACN, CPC, and then the bloc of the PDP being the principal ones, the other interests, and all of them came together. And so because of that, it's moot that the primary allegiance of these persons, regardless of whether they are serving as cabinet ministers, would be to, you know, those who helped them before they came. So they're not just, their political life is not just these past 2 years, if you understand what I mean. So to that extent, you have people having that kind of primary allegiance and all that. But what is wrong in this one is that if you become a minister and you've been called upon to come and work and deliver, are you still thinking about your allegiance being to somebody else, how you support the person in the next election and all that? I think that is all wrong. Because once you become a minister, you should be willing to collaborate with your appointer so that collectively you can deliver on the promises you made to the people.
Right. Stay with us, everyone. We need to take a breather. But when we return, we will continue on this conversation and we'll be dissecting 2019 and what it portends for Nigeria. But first, I will allow you to listen to the chairman of the APC and whether or not they will feed the President Buhari for 2019.